Hello and welcome back to this program in the search for self-mastery with Daria Gutiasco. This time I am going to talk to you about the importance of developing a growth mindset. If you feel trapped in a fixed mindset, meaning you feel that you can't change it easily, that it isn't very flexible, and that you are dominated by the fear of failure, it is time to awaken. The current problem is that many men get stuck in their own limitations, fearing change and avoiding the challenges that will clearly make them better. But if you stay with me in this program, you will learn how to transform that mindset, embrace challenges, and become the man you are destined to be. Let's get started. Let's begin with the facts. If you are stuck in a fixed mindset, let's remind ourselves again that a fixed mindset means it is not so easy to change a way of thinking. Maybe you were taught this way. You learned it at home, or you learned it from someone else, and it has always been the way you have thought. For example, fearing failure, fearing to take risks, and that is what condemns you to a life of mediocrity. There is no excuse to be trapped in fear when you have the opportunity to grow and improve every day. Now we will talk about 3 points that we can use and implement to overcome a fixed mindset. Point number 1. A fixed mindset is an anchor that keeps you tied to failure. What do I mean by this? Developing a growth mindset frees you from those chains, allowing you to see each challenge as an opportunity for improvement. To put it in simpler terms, a growth mindset means that you see opportunities everywhere instead of challenges, obstacles, and impossibilities. Have you ever had the experience where you want to do something, you tell a close person about it, and they say, "That can't be done, are you okay? Dude, that doesn't work. Who do you think you are?" Has that happened to you? They are the perfect example of a fixed mindset, meaning that they are not willing to change, that they do not see possibilities because for them it is not possible. But for us in this case, for the man who does not fear failure, he becomes a man who challenges his own limits and those of others. Obviously, if you don't dare to step out of your comfort zone, you will never be more than a prisoner of your own fear. The problem with not changing this part is that clinging to a fixed mindset turns you into a passive spectator of your life, watching as others move forward while you remain stagnant. Surely you have had this experience, or you know someone close to you, a friend, a family member, etc. They have great ideas. They see things they want to do in their future that you don't think are possible, for one reason or another, but eventually you start to see that this person, this friend, is doing well, and you begin to think, hey, why am I not doing as well? That's precisely because you are a spectator. You are just watching how others live their lives, how others take risks, how others move forward and challenge their own fears, while you remain in the same place. It's as if you are literally watching TV and seeing others play soccer instead of playing soccer yourself. That's the point, or the best way to explain it. If you keep thinking that you can't change, then you are doomed to a meaningless life. Why? Because there is nothing more pathetic than a man who refuses to grow. And even more pathetic, the man-child. What is that? It is the one who physically grew up in 2001, but still has the mind of a child, and continues to make the same types of decisions, attitudes, and behaviors as if they were still a child or a teenager. The second point is that the fear of failure is the excuse of the mediocre. Yes, I said it. Why? Adopting a growth mindset means seeing failure as a necessary step toward success, toward what you want to achieve, not as an insurmountable or impossible barrier. Failure is just a teacher. Successful men have faced it and overcome it time and time again. If fear holds you back, then you will never deserve what you are seeking. Returning to the point that it is the excuse of the mediocre. This means that allowing fear to paralyze you is accepting defeat before even trying. Have you ever experienced or heard someone say, "Oh, that doesn't work, that's not true, that can't be done, blah 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 blah"? Well, those are precisely the excuses of those people who keep saying it over and over again. They only tell you about those impossibilities and clearly are not doing anything to show you otherwise, right? The reality is that if you give up before you start, you are surrendering your power to your weaknesses. A man who kneels before fear is a man who will never rise to fight. Period. And point number 3, accepting challenges is the only way to grow and improve. Accept them and confront them. You might be thinking, hey, my fear, my environment, my current situation is extremely challenging and I can't do it. It's impossible. Well, every challenge you overcome strengthens your character, increases your knowledge, and brings you closer to your goals. The men who actively seek challenges are the ones who take control of their lives. And I am also very sure that you have either experienced this or seen it around you in your life. The people who take the most risks are the ones who gain the most, while those who hide away are the ones who, after 5, 10, 15, or 20 years, remain in the same situation. However, they continue to complain, always about the same things. You just have to keep in mind that without pain, there is no growth. Without suffering, there is no growth. And that you cannot achieve something that you, I, or anyone else might call success without putting in the appropriate or expected effort. If you are not willing to face the difficult, then forget about greatness, as avoiding challenges is the quickest path to mediocrity and complacency. You might be thinking, hey, Dario is being very harsh, very unfair with me. Well, I'm just telling you the truth, what a true friend would tell you, what true friends have told me, and what I have learned little by little, and that's why I'm passing it on to you. If you avoid the difficult, you are choosing a mediocre life, period. There is no more to it, no excuses for this. Men who hide from challenges are hiding from their true potential. And perhaps you can sense my enthusiasm on this topic because I myself have gone through and suffered from these points, exactly the ones I am sharing with you. And that is why it is very necessary in the life of every man, in this case, boy, teenager, and man, to overcome these challenges as quickly as possible to become the man they are destined to be, and I myself am no exception. So, developing a growth mindset is not an option, as you can see. It is a necessity if you truly want to be a respectable and successful man. If you prefer to stay with your fixed mindset, full of fears and excuses, then continue being a spectator in the lives of others, but don't complain, okay? But if you have the courage to embrace challenges, to see failure as a tool, as steps, to reach where you want to go and grow beyond your limits, then you are on the right path. You are preparing yourself for greatness. The choice is simple. Either you remain stuck in mediocrity, or you rise up and become the man you want to be. And remember, you are always just one decision away from changing your life. So what are you waiting for?